Now look, Melbourne Cup winning jockey Michelle Payne, she has apologised for her Twitter rant, which saw her fined almost $1,000 by the Australian racing officials over there for calling horse owner Bray Sokolski a pig. It comes after he dumped Kiwi rider Linda Meach in favour of Mark Zahra ahead of the $2 million Derby Day race at Flemington. That decision has caused a storm of controversy, and here to talk it through is Love Racing presenter Kate Gourdie. Kate, lovely to see you again. Can you give us a little bit of background about this? Because not only has Linda been usurped from her ride, we hear that Michelle's gotten involved verbally and on social media. Rachel Griffiths, the actress and director, has also had a few verbals. Just background the story for us if you could.
Well, welcome to the drama of spring racing, guys. I mean, this is
nice to be here.
It's finals time, and as we saw in Japan last week, you know, emotions tend to get the better of people when the pressure is on. So, yeah, exactly what you said. Linda has ridden this horse in its 2 recent wins. She's had great success on the horse. Mark Zahra did apparently ride it in the early days, but as I say, Linda has been riding it recently. She's had this great success. This is a huge opportunity for her to ride in the Victoria Derby. It's one of the most prestigious races in Australasia. She rode the horse at track work on Tuesday morning, and shortly after that was told that she'd lost the ride and that they had chosen Mark Zahra, who essentially has more experience at Group 1 level. They've chosen him to ride the horse on Saturday instead of her, and she's visibly and of course she's upset about it.
Yeah.
How has Sokolski reacted to this criticism? And I know you say that Mark Zahra's got more experience, but have they explained more about why they picked him?
Well, I guess Bray has responded, as anyone would that is called a pig, publicly. And he's, you know, obviously upset. He feels as though he's built a reputation in racing and in business as someone who is respected. But at the end of the day, the owners pay the bills, and it costs a lot of money to race a horse. And at the end of the day, he has chosen Mark Zahra because he feels as though he has more experience at this Group 1 level and more experience in these high-pressure races, essentially.
Yeah, but you've been around racing for a wee while now, Kate. What's your hunch on all of this? Is it a sexist call?
At the end of the day, Linda has had more success on that horse. She has ridden it in its 2 most recent wins. She obviously knows the horse, and some of the comments that I've read on social media are that this horse has had a few behavioural issues, and Linda has worked through those with the horse and led it to great success. So I understand why she is justifiably upset at being taken off the horse at this point. This is not a male versus female issue either. There are a lot of high-profile males in racing who have come to her defence. The trainer of Black Caviar, Peter Moody, has come out basically saying it was unfair to let her ride the horse on Tuesday morning, shortly after track work, tell her that she'd lost the ride. The trainers of the horse, David Eustace and Kieran Ma, they supported her to ride the horse. They recommended to the owners that she should ride the horse. At the end of the day, they were, you know, it's the owner's call. As I say, the owners pay the bills. It's up to them who they want to have ride the horse on the day.
What I want to know is, how is this going to affect the horse itself? Thought of that as the name of it. Is it with a chance of winning, Kate?
Very much so, and that's why there's so much on the line. You know, it's right up there among the favourites. So that's why everyone feels so strongly at this time of the year. That's why, as I say, it's a huge opportunity for Linda to be, you know, riding one of the favourites in the Victoria Derby, and to lose that opportunity at the last minute, it's really upsetting.
Yeah, it would be heartbreaking for her. Are there any other Kiwis that are going to be in action? Trainers, jockeys, what are we looking at?
Yeah, so even the Derby itself, I wouldn't count the Kiwis out. We have great experience and a great track record in this race, and our mate Murray Baker has a horse racing and among the favourites on Saturday in the Derby. His name's Long Jack. Again, Murray's drawn a terrible barrier that the horse is going to have to overcome, and that was what went against the chosen one in the Caulfield Cup. Chris Waller also has a horse by the name of Reluctant in the Derby on Saturday, but the Derby's not the only race that's taking place at Flemington. There are a couple of other Group 1 races that day. The Empire Rose Stakes is one that we have the favourite in. New Zealand's Queen of the Turf, or New Zealand's Horse of the Year, Melody Bell, trained by Jamie Richards and the Tiakau team. She is racing. She's the favourite in the Empire Rose Stakes. She has won 9 Group 1s in New Zealand, and she's going to Australia to try and win her first Group 1 in Australia over there. I really truly believe you should put some money on that horse in that particular race.
I don't bet much, if at all. I've got to be honest about things. My mum always told me that a fool and his money are easily parted. So you need to really twist my arm, Kate.
Oh, well, honestly, if there were a sure bet, I'd say put your money on Melody Bell on Saturday.
Okay, we'll talk after the program. Now, getting back to the main race, Shadow Hero has drawn barrier 10. Is this the horse to beat?
Absolutely, it's the favourite. So, and it's a great barrier to draw. But like I say, don't count the Kiwis out of it. And you know, Murray Baker having long jack in the race, and Waller with his recent success. I mean, he went and won the Everest recently, that $15 million race I was telling you about with Yes, Yes, Yes. I wouldn't count the Kiwis out in this particular one.
How important is the Victoria Derby as we look towards the Melbourne Cup?
Derby Day is very important. The reason being that it's the last day that a race that qualifies you for the Melbourne Cup is run, the Lexus Stakes. So we have a New Zealand horse racing in that race as well, Sir Charles Road, and it's trained by former champion jockey Lance O'Sullivan. He will be hoping that the horse wins the Lexus on Saturday and gets that automatic qualification for the Melbourne Cup on Tuesday.
Kate Gourdie, thanks so much for your time once again on Sky Sport News. Enjoy the racing over the next few days.
I will. Thank you very much.
Brilliant stuff.